What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about KAVA today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are. Camera's back on. Okay, cool. We're at about 53.5 cents. KAVA has been outperforming the majority of cryptos really since December, man, because a lot of cryptos, even from the high back in December 2nd there, high to a low, a lot of cryptos have dropped a lot more than 50% by now, right? They've dropped, and I shouldn't even say a lot. They might have dropped a little bit more than that, but in context to where KAVA is now, it's only down about 28% from its highs in December. A lot of cryptos have dropped a lot more or at dramatically lower prices than just 28% of a drop from their highs in December. So that's pretty awesome, man. Your weekly RSI is looking pretty good as well. Higher lows throughout here. Finding support just below the 50. You had all the reasons to go lower, but you just didn't do it, and now you're up, looking like you're aimed for the overbought position, aimed for prices that are at higher highs than this. You continuously found support, even found some kind of a double bottom right here at prior areas of resistance. All good looks, man. All good things. So I definitely think that you're on your way up. Will you move explosively? Maybe. Will you not? I don't know. We'll see. Double bottom off the golden ratio is definitely nice, though. Coming up to the 236 is essential. You need, if you want to go higher than your December highs in a short amount of time, you need to close above the 236, which is at about 57.616 cents. If you can close above there, then likely what's going to happen is you are in fact moving higher than this high. And the area is, again, 57.616 cents. That's $0.57616, right? That price there. You close above that on a daily basis, high to low, your next move is going to be at about 90 cents to $1.15. I think KAVA right now, you guys, is likely going to move to prices that are around $1, if not higher. Why do I say that? Because if we look here, that's where your last kind of significant closing price was on a weekly basis, and even your wicking highs right here were right at the golden ratio. It's very common, if you break through the 1414, to go just above it. So there's a good possibility you could stop just above $1. Good possibility you could stop at $1.15. But you're at 53 cents now, man. That's decent gains. Pretty damn decent gains, KAVA, and I think that you'll see them. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI real quick. Was that the daily RSI? That was the weekly. Weekly RSI is bullish as hell, man. 4-hour RSI, also bullish as can be. It looks really good. Yeah, super good, man. You are at a low point now. You have the lows in your RSI, but you're at this area where you kind of found support before. You might go a little bit lower, and that's fine. All of these lows, these areas in the RSI, they might be similar. You might even have lower lows, but you're only getting higher lows here in the price. That's a good thing, man. That's a really, really good thing. If we look at the 1-hour time frame, let's just see here. 1-hour time frame, yes, you got some lower lows and lower highs in congruence here. But I'm not worried about it. I mean, that could have been it, man. That could have been your low. It wouldn't surprise me if you go lower still. Where was this low at that point right there? I mean, that really could have been it. But even if you do go lower from this price, I don't think it'd be too much. That's at 52.4 cents. Perhaps you go as low as 51.5 cents. You're at 53.5 cents now. So the downside is nothing to concern yourself with, right? The upside is what you should concern yourself with, especially because it's at about 100% growth from here or more. And likely, just at the pace of growth that it seems like you'd like to do, that'll happen probably by the end of this month. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you want something that's going to gain 100% in the next month, this could be it. And not the next month, I'm sorry, in the coming weeks, in the coming like 10 days, this could be it. Definitely it could be. If we're looking at this from a relative high here to a, oh no, we already did that. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. And if not by the end of the month, don't hate me, right? Maybe it's sometime in April, not the end of March. But looking at this here, rejecting the golden ratio once, continuously finding support at the 382. You did wick a little bit lower, but basically closed right at that 382 continuously. I like that. Coming back up to the golden ratio, I would expect that you do break through this. And likely you will see what this is making me think is that maybe you don't go to $1. I don't know. You can go above the 886. This does make me think a little bit less of the chance that you go above $1, but still like right to $1. So maybe not quite 100% growth. It's hard to say. 80%, 100%, 120%, I don't know. Something in that range is what you're going to see over the coming week, 2 weeks, something like that. If we're looking at this on an all-time history, what you've done is rather miraculous. You found a very solid double bottom here on your all-time low. Perfect double bottom. It's picture perfect. You're finding support at prior areas of resistance month after month. You're finding resistance here, but you're grinding out this top side a little bit more, it looks like, than the downside, especially on like a on a weekly basis here, you've got three peaks right here, right? Where on the downside, what you have is just 2 peaks. You just have the 2 peaks right there, right? Where here you've got 1, 2, 3 kind of in this general area, right at this area of prior support. That likely would implicate that you're going to break out higher, right? If it happens. If it doesn't happen here, maybe you come back down, but as long as you're holding higher lows, I'm not worried about it going lower. If you were to go lower, I suppose it's possible you could go to like 35 cents or so, something in that area, but I don't think that you're going to go lower, man. I do think that you have higher prices to go. I want to look back at the 1 hour time frame real quick. No, I don't care about the 1 hour. I do, but I don't. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take an all-time high to an all-time low on the fibs. That's not the high. And this is definitely going to be the low. There we go. Get it at that high there. High to low, 236, and then came down a little bit. Getting back above the 236 likely would implicate that you go to the 382. See, it's very common when you interact with the 382 to go just above it, though. I don't know. Maybe this fib isn't that serious. Maybe this high. Maybe I should have taken this high to low. Maybe I was looking at it wrong. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. I take it back. I know I'm flip-flopping here. I'm giving myself whiplash, but I do think you go above $1. I really do think you do. But if you stop just below $1, don't hate me, okay? It's fine if you stop just below $1. Something above 90 cents is what I would really expect. But truthfully, I think $1 to $1.17, $1.20, that might be what you're doing. Somewhere around these highs here, yeah? Something like that. Oh, man, would you be set up? Let's see. What are you doing on a volume perspective? Are you set up for a inverse head and shoulders? No, you're definitely not. Okay, so never mind. We're going to throw that out the door. Whenever it does come time to moving out and above this like lower end of this range here, whenever it does come time for that, you are inevitably going to work up to prices that are at $2.32, $3 here, $3.10, $4.27, and beyond. Whenever you do finally get all the way back up, I'd say above like 427, 430, maybe as high as 610. When you get back up to that area, it's time to start considering new all-time highs, right? KAVA being worth 53 cents right now, to see a 100x would have to be at about a $53 price. Now, just because we're talking about 100x does not mean that it's going to happen. But if we delete this shorter term fib and we leave on the long-term fib, the all-time high to all-time low fib here, $53 for 100x, that's within your primary target zone, the 1272 to the 1618, right? The top of that end is about $86. The bottom of that end is about $24. If you don't see a $53 price, you don't get that 100x, boohoo, you're probably still going to get something on the lines of a 46x, 47x, if this thing is to see new all-time highs. And I'm pretty convinced that it is. KAVA, I think, is a really interesting project. Read about it, read the white paper, figure it out, right? Do your own research if you want to invest in this coin. Don't just invest in something blindly. But I definitely think that, 46x potential sounds about right for this thing, if not higher, right? It absolutely could, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it did see 100x or more. You might stop right at a 100x. As I said prior to this, it is pretty common to stop just above the 1 for 1 for. That can happen. Or perhaps another common thing to do is stopping right at the golden ratio. And you could go all the way up to here. Now, this is just in the aspects of your primary target zone. That'd be 166x, by the way. You do not have to stop there. You can go higher. You absolutely can go higher. KAVA could be worth multiple hundreds of dollars by the end of the cycle. It's very possible. But the problem that I have is once you get to about 160x here, that's at $87. You break above this golden ratio, the next stopping point is at $227, and that's a 425x. And I'm not afraid to call for big targets, but man, 425x from here, that's a lot. And you haven't done a lot to really signal to us that that's what we should be expecting. So I don't really consider that. I accept it as a possibility. It could happen, and you could go higher. I really do think it's possible. But I think focusing on something, staying a little bit more realistic, as crazy as it might sound, 166x, 160x, something like that, to potentially an overall 46x is what I think you should be open to. And none of that is promised. That's only a likelihood if and when we see prices above about $6. If we can get above $6, it's time to start thinking 24. It's time to start thinking 86. And by that time, those prices up there will not allow for a 100x move or more, right? That would be a lot smaller of growth from there, right? It'd be a lot more convincing that we're moving up here, but by that time the reward is not as worth it as it is down here. But the risk is also a lot less up there than it is down here. So that's why, you know, you buy low, you sell high. That higher risk can lead to higher rewards, but higher risk is higher risk. There's no guarantee that we see new all-time highs. If we weren't to see new all-time highs, I would still expect this thing to see at least something significantly higher than this, something on the lines of like an 8x to a what would that be? Like an 11x, somewhere in that kind of price action area. But I don't think that it'll stop there. I genuinely do think we'll see a multi-100x whenever it comes down to it. 53.5 cents now. Looking to go maybe a little lower to like 51.5 cents, but inevitably I think that you are on a path right now over the coming weeks to prices that are going to take you to about $1, just below $1, maybe just above $1, somewhere in that area though is what I'm anticipating. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say, so I'll probably just end the video there. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.